if we head back to your career, mate, 2002 is a massive year for you. You ride on your second Melbourne Cup winner in media puzzle, but more significant, I think you lose your brother Jason in a horse riding accident, and that happened to your old man when you were 3 years old as well. Can you reflect on that year? How massive that would have been personally?
Yeah, more so that week. It was a terrible feeling. Obviously, my brother had an accident a week before the Cup, and I got a phone call from a friend where it happened, said it doesn't look good. So I got straight on a plane, come to Melbourne. He was in the hospital on life support for a couple of days, and it was just awful turn of events. Just having to turn off your life support for your brother. Terrible thing to have to do.
Have a break, mate. It's good.
Yeah.
It's bloody brutal, that stuff, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, so and then I was just faced with a decision, whether to ride that horse in the Cup.
Have a break, mate.
Yeah, sorry, mate. Always get emotional.
You're good.
Yeah, it's look, I think if I can chat through it a little bit, I think that family member stuff when you're an athlete and a sports person, the personal nature of grief and losing someone, especially your brother, it's very separated sometimes between personal and sport. But then when you're so intertwined with it, they become one as well. And given your family's background with horse racing and how hectically involved you are with it all, you feel like, I don't know how you did it, but did it feel like it was something you wanted to do for him? He would have wanted you to do for him that race, because it happened 3 or 4 days before. Yeah,
it was about a week before. So I flew back to Perth, and then I was here for a few days, and sort of back to Melbourne. I think it was on the Monday. So yeah, I had Derby Day on the Saturday, and I was sort of at the peak of my career. So I was flying. I was about, it was 2002, so I was 30. Like obviously I had a lot of commitments. I didn't want to let people down, but then I was sort of worried about what people would think as well. But the main thing that came back to us was that, it was through him that I got the opportunities I did, and great opportunities also. But the main thing, I spoke to my mum about it. If I was sitting at home watching that Cup on the couch, he would have been saying, "You bloody idiot, what are you doing?" So wanted to make sure I was, mentally okay to do it. Probably still wasn't at my best, but got through it. I rode Derby Day. I had 8 rides, probably, half of my favourite. I think I run a couple of placings, had a shit day, to be honest. But, a couple were unlucky, things didn't work out, but that can kind of happen. But I was questioning whether I made the right call. But then just had to keep reminding myself that, if I just kept solid to what, the process that I all my life, that things would be okay. So then Cup Day comes around, have about 4 or 5 rides for the Cup, still going shit, hardly ridden a winner. Well, I hadn't ridden a winner at all, maybe a place or two. But that Cup itself just worked out so good. I'm not a great believer of divine intervention, but if there is such a thing, that race just couldn't have worked out any better, and that horse was never going to lose.
You just watched one of the best stories from our full podcast. They come out Wednesdays on YouTube and wherever you listen to your podcasts. Get to it.